What's up everyone, and welcome back to Top 5 Central. Airport security became very serious after the tragic events at 9/11. With hundreds of people dying, airports really cracked down on what people can and can't bring on planes. So today we're looking at the 5 craziest things found by airport security. Now, if you've ever flown on an airplane before, leave a like on the video and comment where you traveled. One lucky person is gonna get pinned at the top of the comments, but anyways, let's get right into it. Number 5. These days, nobody goes anywhere without their phone, and it's pretty normal to show up to the airport with your phone, laptop, and tablet all in your bag. With that said, this guy definitely took things way too far, because he tried to get on his flight with almost 100 phones on his body. Yeah, you heard me right. This dude walked through airport security with 94 separate iPhones on him, and he almost got away with it too. Every single phone was neatly wrapped and duct taped to his body, and underneath his clothes they were nearly invisible. In fact, he was only caught because he was walking like his luggage weighed a ton, even though he only had like a couple plastic bags on him. Like the bags were even checked by security, but when they had nothing suspicious in them, the dude had to walk through a metal detector, and then the game was up. Turns out he was trying to smuggle the phones into China to sell them, but the strangest part is, he had definitely done it before. So how many times had he managed the trick before he was discovered? No one knows for sure.
A guy was caught, authorities say, trying to smuggle 94 iPhones by taping them to his body. Let's look. Customs officials say the man was apparently trying to get the phones from Hong Kong to mainland China. The iPhones were duct taped around his chest, his stomach, and his thighs. Authorities noticed him because he walked he walked funny. But he was only carrying 2 small bags. And they were like, but he's walking like he's got a lot of bags or something.
Uh-oh. If that was plan A and it failed, I would hate to see where they stick those cell phones in plan B. You know? Oh, boy. Wow.
And yet he still couldn't get
Let's see you walk that way, pal.
Number 4. Now I think you'll agree that this airport discovery is pretty strange, but the weirdest part is that it's totally legal. I mean, if you found a freaking crate of human heads in the airport, you'd probably think something criminal was going on, but it was actually all completely by the book. Turns out the heads were a part of a medical shipment coming in from outside America, and were fine to travel on a normal flight. However, they did give the staff a bit of a fright, because they were all still covered in skin. Pretty creepy, right? Anyway, even though staff obviously thought something was wrong, there was no foul play involved at all, and all the heads had been collected in a safe and legal way. With that said, I don't want to think about where they went once the plane landed, or what the poor people who had to pack them up and put them on the plane thought in the first place. So yeah, next time you're on board a jet getting ready to go on holiday, maybe don't think about what kind of luggage is being stored beneath your feet. It might put you really off that airplane food.
More than a dozen human heads discovered at Chicago's O'Hare Airport. Hi everyone, it's David Begnaud, and this is Newsbreaker. This one left us saying, what the? CBS Chicago tweets a total of 18 human heads found at O'Hare. They are being examined by authorities. The grisly discovery was made late on the evening of January 14th. The Chicago Sun-Times quotes officials as saying, at first glance, the heads appear to be part of a medical shipment. Turns out it's not illegal to send body parts. A spokesman for the Department of Homeland Security told the Sun-Times there is no issue with the transportation of body parts for medical purposes. Those heads were reportedly sent from outside the U.S., and Fox 4 in Kansas City reports they were still covered in skin.
Number 3. There are loads of stories of kids sneaking stray animals home in their lunchboxes, or even taking pets to school by hiding them in their backpacks. But this is actually pretty different. In fact, it's actually way sadder than any kind of secret animal story, because there was another guy he was trying to sneak onto the plane. That's right, this dude had a friend who was desperate to get out of his country, so he hid him in a huge suitcase and tried to walk straight through the airport. The crazy thing is that it totally would have worked, but he was acting so nervous that security demanded to see inside his bag. Not just that, but the sniffer dog was going absolutely crazy, which made security extra sure something was going on. Pretty soon the truth was out, and the man just casually stepped out of his hiding place because he knew there was no point trying to explain. I mean, both he and his friend were arrested pretty much immediately, but hey, I'm pretty sure you could die if you fly in like a plane's cargo, so maybe he lucked out. Number 2. Buying fake products on vacation is nothing new. I mean, everyone has that one family member who comes home with a new watch every time they've been abroad. With that said, there's a big difference between buying a few fake designer handbags in Greece one summer and smuggling over $20 million of fake goods into the country. Sound crazy? I know it does, but that's how many fakes US airport security found in just a few days, and they did it all just by looking. Over 40,000 different fake items showed up in just a week, and it was down to individual workers to look at the goods and decide once and for all if they were real or not. Like, I know it seems like no big deal, but fakes are actually a huge problem, and they can completely wreck the economy if they're not stopped at the border. Thankfully though, this whole stash was sent back where it belongs, and there are people ready to send another lot back the second it shows up.
U.S. Customs seized more than $20 million in fake merchandise at the DHL shipping hub. Newswire's Karen Johnson has the story new at 6. Karen?
Well, Jack, nearly 40,000 counterfeit items seized right here at the DHL hub in northern Kentucky, and we were there as agents discovered some of the knockoffs. A canine is good for helping sniff out illegal drugs, but when it comes to spotting counterfeit goods, that's something only man can do.
The officers put the stuff on the table, and we look at it and say, yay or nay, it's counterfeit, and send it on its way. If it's not, if it is, count it up and seize it.
During a 10-day period this month, U.S. Customs and Border Protection seized more than $21 million worth of counterfeit goods. They invited our cameras in for a night as they checked the items. Knockoffs seized ranged from purses, jerseys, and footwear to DVDs, electronics, and even potentially harmful makeup.
They were able to determine that there was one particular shipment that had a low dose, however, of mercury in it, some facial creams.
Our health, one of the main reasons why CBP says it's cracking down. It also hurts the U.S. economy. Safety is another concern, particularly with counterfeit electrical products.
Here's our honorable mention. Okay guys, I've got to be real here. There are some things about this story that I just don't understand. I mean, the story is that people were doing the end of the day checks on this airplane when they found something that just didn't make any sense. Like, the plane bathroom was stuffed with plastic bags that definitely weren't there before, and no one knew what was inside them. When they finally opened them safely, things got even crazier because the bags were filled with gold. I'm not joking, someone had managed to smuggle over $1.2 million of gold bars onto the plane, and then just left them in the bathroom to be discovered. The thing is, if you're trying to sneak a huge amount of precious metal into another country, why leave it on the plane and not finish the job? I mean, maybe they panicked and decided to back out, or maybe they just forgot about the insane amount of treasure they were carrying in the middle of the plane. Either way, I bet they were pretty salty when they came back and realized all their gold was gone. Number 1. So I know this should be really obvious, but just in case there are any kids watching, let me remind you that trying to mail your pets is a super bad idea. Like, it doesn't matter whether you think seeing your kitten would totally chip your grandma who lives in the next state, it's really not gonna go well. I know it seems obvious, but these guys really didn't get the memo because they tried to mail a baby tiger cub to another country. In fact, their express package made it all the way onto the plane before anyone noticed anything was wrong, and it took even longer for the tiger to be discovered. Thankfully, the baby cat was totally fine and was handed over to professionals as soon as it was found. Still, you've got to be pretty crazy to drug a super dangerous animal and then put it in a small dark box, even if it does look completely adorable while it's a baby. and there's our video on the top 5 craziest things found by airport security. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to leave a like down below and subscribe to see whenever I upload a video. Also, if you have your own top 5 or top 10 idea, feel free to use your handy form in the description to submit it. With that said, thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.